Hi guys, a quick one. I want us to quickly look at two items. Is send off and Sendforth. Look at these two items. Send off versus these two items on the whiteboard many a times are erroneously used by second language learners. Now, where we were in primary school, we are also fond of saying our Sendforth is coming up tomorrow, our Sendforth is coming up next week. All of these are non-standard variants of English language. A situation whereby a group of people gathered to say a goodbye to a person, that thing, that event is called send off. It is called send off, not Sendforth. If you consult your dictionary, Sendforth means to produce something or to emit. It is not to gather to celebrate a particular person or to say a goodbye to a person. Let's look at these two items in an expression. Number one, Professor Oshoba deserves a good Sendforth. A. 1B. Professor Oshoba deserves a good send off. Just like I said earlier on, this is a non-standard variant of English. Professor Oshoba deserves a good Sendforth. I said Sendforth earlier means to produce or to emit. In that instance, Sendforth here doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Therefore, the appropriate lexical item here is send off. Professor Oshoba deserves a good send off. One thing I want you to be mindful of in this send off is, number one, in the context in which this particular word is being used, it must be followed. This hyphen is important. After your send, there should be an hyphen, then what? OFF. That is the context where this send off can mean to do what? To say a goodbye to the service of a particular person or a group of persons. So that is for send off. But here we do with just let's, but send off in a phrasal verb can also be used in this form. I hope you understand these two, send off and Sendforth. We've looked at an expression with send off. I also want to point out a situation where send off can be used as a phrasal verb. How can it function if send off is being used as a phrasal verb? Can I rub this off? Okay. Send off also can function as a phrasal verb. In that situation, we can have a send off copies. He send off copies to the editors to read. In this situation, send off is a situation whereby you send a package or you send an item through posts. A situation where you send something through post to a particular editor to help you to peruse it, to help you to read it, to make sure the manuscript is perfect. So as a phrasal verb, you can use sent off in this instance. For sent forth, which means to produce or to emit, we can have an expression of this form. The flower sends forth, the flower sends forth a juice. The flower sends forth a juice. That is, this flower here produce what? A juice. From that flower, a juice is being extracted, or a juice is being extracted from the flower. So sent forth here is to produce and not to say bye bye to a person. Can you see how these two items function? Sent forth is saying goodbye. Sent forth means to produce or to emit. So these two words, you should try your possible best to use it efficiently when you are to communicate in any context you found yourself. You should use sent off as and when due. You should use sent forth where it is also appropriate. The bedrock of English Hangout is to speak English language, to speak English flawlessly without any form of error. Do have a lovely day ahead. Don't forget to like, share, as well as subscribe in order to grow this community. Thank you and God bless.